My name is Amanda Reed with Reed Mobile Marketing, and today we're talking about the introduction to what I call staircase marketing. This really is the basis for all marketing strategies and the basis for everything we do and we teach. It is what you need to know to make marketing work and ultimately get more sales, because we know that's exactly what you want. Here's what we're going to cover today. What is marketing? Talk about what marketing is, how marketing is like dating, the core components, and then real life. Let's just jump right in to number one. If you look up marketing in the dictionary, marketing is defined as the action or business of promoting and selling products or services, including market research and advertising. I personally hate that definition because it says marketing is the one thing that I believe marketing is not, and that is selling. The reality is 20, 30, 40 years ago, the person who could put the most information in front of a consumer via radio or TV ads or newspapers probably got the sale. However, that has changed. Today, I have more information in my pocket than you could ever put in front of me. So that old way of looking at marketing as just a sales tactic doesn't work. So if marketing isn't selling, what is it? At Reed Mobile Marketing, we believe that success in marketing depends on your ability to build a relationship with consumers and the loyalty they have to you. So it's about building a relationship and loyalty. That means marketing can only be one thing, and that's communication. You see, you can't build a relationship or loyalty through sales. The only way you can do that is through communication. So what does that look like in real life? You wouldn't walk into a bar, see somebody you find attractive and say, hey, will you marry me? Right? It just wouldn't work. And if someone actually said yes, it probably wouldn't be the relationship you want. Instead, what you do is walk into a bar and say, hey, can I buy you a beer? And that's exactly what we're talking about. That truly is the marketing staircase. It's about introducing yourself, giving people a reason to enter the relationship with you, and then building that relationship over time. You see, if you do that, then you're more likely to get people to say yes. You're more likely to get people to be your fans and refer people to you and come back time and time and time again. You see, when you just put an ad in front of somebody and say, hey, buy this, buy this, buy this, you literally are, in marketing terms, basically saying, hey, will you marry me, before you've even built a relationship with them. In our marketing staircase, each step you're asking someone to take basically the next step in the relationship with you. Go further in that relationship with you. And the goal of each step is simply to get a yes. This is the perfect way to move people from online to offline. When we talk about local businesses that want people to walk into their establishment or someone to pick up the phone and call you and book your services, you have to get them offline, right? But the most effective way to meet them and introduce yourself to them is online. So this is the perfect way to move people from an online environment to offline, to get them walking through your doors. So now hopefully you have a little bit of an understanding of what the staircase looks like. Let's take a look at what the core components of the staircase are. We have three basic core components: the introduction, the relationship building, and then the marriage. Now, what I want you to understand is there can and should be several steps within each component, but these are the core components that form the staircase. The first one is introducing yourself, right? That is literally the reason why someone walks in and says, hey, my name's Amanda. Can I buy you a beer, right? You're giving someone a reason to enter the relationship with you. You have to introduce yourself before you can ever ask them to take the next step. What does that look like? It can be online ads. It can be networking. For us at Reed Mobile Marketing, one of our favorite ways is running contests. It can be free advice through a YouTube strategy or an Instagram strategy. It's anything that you're giving value to someone, which gives them a reason to let you introduce yourself to them. The second core component is relationship building. Now, we talked about that. You know, even once somebody says, hey, yeah, you can buy me a drink, you don't immediately then jump into, okay, will you marry me now, right? You have a long relationship building process. This is where you build trust, where you show people why they should do business with you and not your competitor, why they should walk into your establishment and not the place down the street. This is the longest part of the staircase. It has the most steps in it. It can include things like a text or email follow-up, a free consultation, maybe a free trial, a lot of social media, putting yourself out there so people can see what you do and what you believe in, and coupons and other offers that entice people to give you a try. And then the third phase is finally that will you marry me phase, right? It's the phase where we're actually saying, hey, will you buy something from me, right? You might get a signed contract, somebody walks in and makes a purchase. That's what we're all looking for, right? We want to make sales. But I want you to understand that you have to introduce yourself and do the relationship building before you can go into the marriage phase. And that really is just the beginning, because we all know once you're married, you can't just stop dating. And so this component is much more than the sale. It's loyalty programs, it's incentives, it's reviews, it's ongoing communication, and it really is the most overlooked step by most businesses. Now, I know you've heard it said before that 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clients, right? Well, if we can get those 20% to do more business with you, that is the best marketing you could ever do. If you can get that 20% to come in more frequently, that is exactly what you want to happen. And that's what we're talking about in this step, is really through loyalty programs and other exclusive offers, giving them reasons to come back with us over and over and over again. So what does this look like in real life? Let's take a look at two different examples. The first example we're going to take a look at is for a local business that is product-based. Now, in this example, I'm going to use a brewery because we do a lot of work with different breweries. But you can basically say this would work for any sort of business where someone's going to walk in and get a physical product, whether that be a restaurant or a coffee shop or a hair salon or retail. You get the point. Any sort of thing where someone's going to walk in and get a physical product. So the first step is Facebook ads. We run Facebook ads, enter to win free beer for a year, right? We're giving people a reason to pay attention, give us their information, and enter that relationship with us. The next step is the opt-in. We ask them to opt in to win, and then immediately we give them a free beer coupon via text message. Now, that's our first step to say, hey, come in and join us. We're going to give you something free to just come in and try us out. The next step is the customer comes in and uses that free beer. Now, this is where, in this example, that online to offline process happens. We've been using online and mobile communication to talk to them. And then now they actually walk in. So that is that online to offline process that is key for local businesses. And then after that, the customer gets exclusive content, promotions. They're following us on Facebook or Instagram or other social media where we're showing them exactly what we're doing behind the scenes, and we're asking them to come back more frequently. And then finally, we're asking them to join a loyalty program, leave reviews, and so on. So that's the way it works for a local business that is product-based. Now let's take a look at a local business that is service-based. Now, some of this is going to be similar, but basically the goal in this is we're trying to get your phone to ring. You probably want to give a quote or a bid or get somebody on the phone so you can actually talk to them about the work or services that they need. So the first step, again, we usually start with Facebook ads. That's one of the best ways for us. So customer sees an ad with an offer. Now, one of the differences with service-based is we're going to continue to send them a lot of information regarding the service that they're needing. If it's a roofer, for example, we're going to send them 2, 3, 4 follow-up texts and emails about roofing services and what they need to be thinking about, right? We're going to send them information regarding the services once they've seen the ad and given us their information. The next step is the customer calls to get a free quote or an inspection. Again, this is the key point where we're moving someone from only online communication to offline. They're actually talking to us. And then they book a job with us, we do the work, and again, we ask them to leave us a review and provide referrals. So a couple key things to keep in mind is for product-based businesses, the offer or incentive really should be directly related to the product you sell. For the example I used, we're talking about enter to win free beer. It wouldn't make sense if I said enter to win free beer and I'm giving away or I'm selling t-shirts, right? Those two don't necessarily match up. For product-based, you want that offer and incentive to be directly related to the product you sell. It could be a gift card to your store, anything like that, but it needs to be directly related to the product you sell. For service-based businesses, the offer and incentive doesn't have to directly relate to the service you sell. In fact, for a lot of service-based businesses, we use free vacation incentives. We've used Amazon gift card incentives. There's a lot of other incentives you can use because the goal is then to get people on the phone and have a discussion about the service that you sell. In the end, what really matters is each step of the way, you need to be looking at, are you building a relationship? This really is as we call it, staircase marketing. You want to put those steps in place to make it easy for customers to say yes to you, easy for customers to buy from you, and easy for customers to become your loyal, raving fans. Continually be asking yourself that question, are you building a relationship? And in the future workshops and videos that we have in here, we are going to show you exactly what that means for your business, step by step, how to put it together for your business.